We are folding this paper into two as if we are cutting on our main fabric. Okay, you can cut on your fabric directly, but I want to cut it here because I'm only illustrating. I mark my shoulder point, which is 1 inch, and I mark my hip point 10 inch, my underbust 18, my waist 16, my hip 23 plus 1 inch for stitching allowance. Then I will repeat that same mark here to have a straight line. And after that, I'm going to connect it to get my straight line. Again, we are drafting out blouse basic bodies. I'm indicating it for the sake of this tutorial. I will go up at the bust point by 2 inch. I will mark that point, and that is my chest line. I'm indicating it. I divide my shoulder into two. I mark at that shoulder line. I will also mark at the chest line to have a straight line. From that shoulder line, I'm going to come down by 1 inch like this, and I will connect it back like this. I will find the midpoint of that line. I will mark the midpoint of that line. You can bend your tape this way. Yeah. So go in at that midpoint, go in by 1/2 inch. That is the front armhole. You connect that 1/2 inch you went in up to the chest line. Sorry, you connect it up to the shoulder line and you curve it back to the chest line like this. For the width of my neck is 3 inch and for the front is 3 inch, but for the back I'm going to make use of 2 inch. Then I will connect those 3 points like this. I will connect it with a curve. I indicate for the sake of the tutorial. I divide my bust circumference into 4. As you see, I bend my tape like this. I will place it at the chest line. I mark, add 2 inch for sewing allowance. If your under bust is different from your waist measurement, please input your under bust, measure it like this and input it. But because my under bust and my waistline is the same, I'm going to ignore that under bust. I divide my waist into 4. I mark, I add 2 inch for sewing allowance. My hip into 4, I mark plus 2 inch for sewing allowance. I will connect the points like this. Please just watch what I'm doing. You'll get it right. It's very simple. Yeah. At the side seam, I'm going to go up by 2 inch and curve it to the midpoint of the hip line. Yeah. That is to remove any sharp edge, or for our blouse to have this curved side instead of to remain sharp like that. I'm cutting it out. I'm going to cut. We almost forgot to input our back armhole, so I'm going to curve it out from that midpoint that we find it. We connect it back to the shoulder line. We are cutting it out. The only difference between the front and the back is the neckline, the armhole, and the zip allowance. So I'm marking to 2 inch now on another paper, 2 inch, and that will be my zipper allowance. Okay, I indicate it too for the sake of tutorial. I place my front on top of that, starting from that zip allowance. I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to cut every other part out. What I stress out there is the hem of my blouse and the neckline, my back neckline. Yeah, I'm cutting it out. I'm cutting exactly what I have. After cutting, we are extending that waistline to the back piece. Mark 1 inch and we are going to blend it this way. That is to remove any zipper bulge. You can cut that part out. Another type of zipper bulge is at this waistline, you go up and down by 1 inch or half an inch. You connect it to the side waist point. That is to remove zipper bulge. The only disadvantage of this one is you cannot make use of this dart. You cannot make use of this zipper bulge if you are cutting directly on your fabric. You can cut this part out. I'm only cutting because I'm making use of paper. You can make use of that one, though I'm not specific on the one that I will use yet. I'm only cutting it out for the sake of the tutorial. Again, if you are cutting on your fabric, please make use of that first zipper bulge that I showed. Yeah, this one can only be used if you are cutting on a pattern paper like this. Please take note, it's very important. So we are going to trim our front neckline and front armhole like this, and that will be all for this tutorial, guys. It's very simple. If you have watched to this extent, you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I like that. Like my video, drop a comment in the comment section. Till I see you in my next video. Bye, I love you. Mwah.